Welcome to Drawfee, where we take dumb ideas
and make even dumber drawings.
I'm Nathan.
I'm Jacob.
I'm Julia.
I'm Adam. Oh, that was my cue. Fuck, I'm sorry. Hi, I'm Adam Conover. Hi, everybody.
Welcome.
Adam's
Adam's here.
Just in time, Adam. You made it.
I really screwed everything up right off the bat. Hi, thanks for having me.
Adam just threw open the door and stumbled in. Hi, Adam.
Oh, sorry, guys. Was there a meeting? Oh, crap. Sorry. No, I got here because I was so busy promoting my new Netflix show, The G Word, which is out now on Netflix.
Hell yeah. Excited to watch that thing. What's it about, Adam?
Oh, you're going to love it. If you see my old show, Adam Ruins Everything, it's a little bit like that. It's a comedy documentary show. It is about the United States government and all the incredible things that it does and all the horrible things that it does.
Yeah.
And we do comedy explainers. We tell you amazing facts about the way you live your life and how it's supported by the government or how the government's affected your life. And I went and met in a bunch of field pieces a bunch of incredible government employees who do crazy shit that you did not know about. And it's 6 episodes, and if it is after May 19th, then it is out now, and you can watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah, go watch that thing.
Hell yeah.
And we felt here at Drawfee that these government employees you've met meshes nicely with our anime history format. But this time it's anime government. We're going to take some of these government employees and turn them into anime heroes.
Yeah.
That sounds like a blast.
So, Adam, who am I going to anime eyes?
Okay. In the very first episode, I met a man named Miguel. We went to a Cargill beef processing plant to see how the USDA does its work. The USDA, if you don't know, they inspect every single piece of meat that you eat in America. And so this is a guy who stands on the line watching beef carcasses go by and inspects them by hand, looks at them, pulls out their guts, looks for disease and stuff like that. So here's the coolest part of this job, is that there's a gigantic red button right next to his station on the line. And if he sees something wrong, if he sees a diseased piece of the carcass, he slams the button and a big alarm goes off and the entire factory shuts down because they have to stop everything to come see this is a very powerful guy in the context of a meat factory. It's a very intense thing to have to do. He's always worried. Is it time to press the button right now? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everyone's going to be mad at me if I press the button. So it's a very high pressure job.
Yeah.
But because of guys like this, there was diseased meat was rampant. People would die constantly from eating diseased meat. And it wasn't until Teddy Roosevelt passed the Federal Meat Inspection Act that folks like this started working at beef processing plants and chicken and pork around the country, protecting us. Does that seem like that would make a good anime character? I hope so.
Yeah, I think so. I think I like the idea of a big button that he has to press. That's very cool.
I feel like if it were me,
It's a fun visual.
I was very fascinated by the button. I was like, if it were me, I just want to press it all day long.
Yeah, that takes a lot of restraint to not press the to only press the button when you have to, and not just all the time.
Yeah. I would constantly be seeing diseased meat. I don't know. It looks a little, I want to push the button today.
This one's kind of nasty. I'm going to hit the button.
Maybe the button is a character in the anime. He's always trying to be like, push me. Hey, you want to push me, right? And he's like, oh, I can only push you when it's right to push you.
Nathan, I've got a suggestion.
Okay.
Since Miguel has to look at all the meat and see when it's wrong. He's definitely got some sort of anime eye power, right?
Oh yeah,
he's got the meat Sharingan.
Sharingan.
And so he can
what is I actually don't know that. What is that?
So it's a Naruto thing, the Sharingan.
That's a Naruto.
It's the ninjas that have it, whenever they see a ninja technique that another ninja uses, they immediately know how to do it. If they've seen it one time.
Whoa.
But this would be his version of it, which is that he could target all the spots on the meat instantaneously that have any sort of discrepancies.
He has incredible meat inspection powers. It's just like he's like a HUD appears in front of his eyes, like
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like the Iron Man, like Jarvis HUD.
yeah.
Pops
He
up on the
also
meat.
one of the cool things about this show is that all these folks who work for the government, they could be doing other work, but they choose to do government work. And one of the reasons is they really take the mission seriously. And so he spoke very compellingly. He's like, my family eats this meat too. You know, like we got to keep it safe. Like he's really takes his mission of safeguarding the meat supply very seriously, which also strikes me as kind of like an anime archetype, that he's like the, you know, by the book, extremely, you know, honorable guy who's really takes his job seriously.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
totally.
That's beautiful.
Here's my problem with like the job that I would have if I were there. If like so many carcasses go by and they're all good, I'm like, the time's coming. The time's coming. One of these has got to be bad. And so like if one of the, I would like mind games myself. And I would just be like, this one's diseased. That's it. Just by like statistics.
It's been too long
It's
since
been
there was
too
a
long.
bad
Everything's been too hunky-dory.
Yeah. I feel like I'd have the opposite problem. I'd be like, they're never diseased. I saw 100 and they were all great. It never happens. It'll be fine.
They wouldn't send me a bad one.
one. I don't need to look at every meat that goes by. This is ridiculous.
I really like this button because it reminds me of like, just speaking of anime, it reminds me of the fire from Howl's Moving Castle.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Calcifer.
totally.
It's kind of like naughty. And it's like the button is probably like, hey, you want to push me, eh? It's voiced by Billy Crystal in the dub.
Yeah, of course.
And it's like, hey, I'm a talking button over here. You want to push me, eh? That was Billy Crystal's approach. Billy Crystal had never even heard of Japan or anime or any of it. He was like, you want like a New York voice for the Japanese fire? Here we go. Anyway, that's my biggest problem with that movie.
Is Billy Crystal. This is the Billy Crystal call out post episode of Droppy. That dude's had it too easy for too long. Do some research, Billy.
Oh, I love the eye. Oh, that's great.
Yeah, he's really noticing the meat.
I thought that was his butt. I thought he had a big badonk.
Oh, you
for
thought
a
he was like
second.
popping out his ass?
Yeah.
No, I think this is meat. This is sort of
This is meat.
sort of shorthand for meat, because in anime the food always looks really good. I don't
Right.
imagine just sort of raw meat in real life looks particularly appetizing, but you know, that's...
Yeah, he's exclusively inspecting like the kind of anime meat where it's like a big, just tubular steak with two bones sticking out of
Yeah.
either end, like that kind of.
Yeah, it's the Monster Hunter meal that he's inspecting over and over again.
I love it. That's so funny. Yeah, because he has to feed. This is the meat factory that feeds all of the incredibly hungry anime characters. All the anime characters whose only personality trait is
yeah.
that they're very hungry.
Yeah.
This is where all their food comes from, and he has to make sure they don't get salmonella.
Yeah. Goku is out there and he's starving and he's going to need at least 10 of these things.
What? Just a hungry Goku in the background, like waiting for his food. Like, I'm gonna eat this meat.
You know, one of the episodes is like the president got sick one day, and they figured out it came from this location. They're trying to figure out how it slipped through the cracks.
Yeah,
Yep.
like who's the traitor in their midst?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, there's got to be some kind of plot at the meat factory in this anime.
Well, I think too, since you said, Adam, that this guy's like the by the books one, there's got to be like a new guy who's the spunky
Right.
protagonist type.
Yeah, he
who's
doesn't
like,
understand how important it is yet.
Yeah, he's doing it like
Right.
by feeling, like by emotion. And this guy's like, no, there is a logical pathway
Yeah.
to invest. He's like, no, man, you just have to feel it and see the spirit of the meat.
The new guy's very lazy. He like doesn't think he has to put a lot of work into it, but he has like an intuitive understanding of meat inspection that they're like, no one has ever. Like,
It's a prodigy.
yeah, he's a prodigy.
Yeah.
This man's been inspecting meat since he was 2 years old.
You're like, he detected the tiniest amount of pneumonia in the lungs of the beef carcass. How did he do it? No one has ever done this.
He's got like an incredible sense of smell or something. He can sniff it out.
But Miguel here is the grizzled old hand who is like extremely professional.
I'm gonna give him a little bit of stubble.
Oh,
to
yeah.
indicate that he's seasoned, seasoned professional here.
Pun intended.
The only things seasoned here are our experts.
We don't do the seasoning. That's later on in the process.
That's up to you.
I am giving him just sort of a giant magnifying glass.
Oh, yeah.
That's sort of another visual indicator of thoroughness in
There you go.
inspection. I don't imagine they use just a giant handheld magnifying glass at the USDA plant, Adam.
No, they don't do that,
Okay,
but
okay.
it's okay. This is anime.
This is anime.
Yeah.
And maybe the magnifying glass is also a character.
Oh, the magnifying glass is also alive. Amazing.
He's really getting into it. There's Goku back here.
Goku's really cracking me up.
He's so excited to eat, but he's like, wait, before I feed Goku, before Goku can eat this meat, I must inspect it.
Yeah, and you can see this meat is diseased. This meat has problems. You can tell by the expression on the magnifying glass and the button. The button's so excited to be pressed to stop the line. But if Miguel weren't there, Goku would just eat that meat. Oh no, the meat
The
is
meat's
evil.
got a face on it.
Yeah, that's how you can tell this is not good meat.
Yeah.
You don't want the meat to have a big face on the side of it.
Yeah, he's like,
That's
"Yeah,
bad.
You're not gonna eat me, Goku. I'm gross.
Imagine if the thing that permanently killed Goku in DBZ was diseased meat. Of all the things.
I mean, do you remember the Goku heart disease arc?
No.
This is not a joke.
Wait, really?
There's a whole arc where Goku gets a heart disease
Oh my god.
and he's just like unconscious for like 35 episodes.
No.
Yeah. And he's like that they thought that was what was going to kill Goku.
Was the voice actor not available for a time? Like what?
I don't know. It was like Trunks came back from the future where Goku had died of heart disease to save the present day Goku with the future medicine.
What?
Wow, so this is like really accurate to Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, Goku can
Goku,
get
you
a
have
disease.
to take these water pills.
He can die to disease.
Dragon Ball Z, more than any other anime, like I watched a ton of it. I watched like all of the first couple arcs. I think I watched through Boo. And then I just kept hearing about things happening later in Dragon Ball where I was like, wait, what are they doing now? Like, what is happening? Like,
Okay, I guess they're still going, huh?
yeah. Wow. I didn't think things could get more epic, but they did. Oh my God. This is great.
Yeah, great work, Nathan.
This is what it looked like when I was there at the beef processing plant. It looked just
Basically-
like this.
Basically the same.
Yeah.
Sometimes anime is an exaggeration, and sometimes it's just 1-to-1. So
I love the starburst from his eye because I can picture the snap zoom in on his face when he sees a piece of diseased meat that he has to identify and hit the button. Like it's just so he snaps to attention.
exactly.
It's powerful.
Incredible.
All right. Well, this is a screenshot from the anime Meat Inspector
Miguel.
Meat Inspector Miguel. There it is.
Meat Inspector Z. Perhaps.
Beautiful.
There you go.
Great.
Okay, Adam, I'm ready for mine. Give me a worker.
Okay. In episode 2 of the show, we did an episode about weather, and I joined the Air Force's Hurricane Hunters
Whoa.
a plane on I think it was a C-130 cargo plane, as we flew through a hurricane over the Atlantic.
Wow.
Met a man named Mark Withy. There are many other people on the plane, but he's the main guy I talked to. And this dude's job is every time there is a hurricane on, like headed towards us, this dude gets into a plane and then the hurricane hunters fly into it over and over again, back and forth. And the reason they do this is that is the only way that they can figure out where the center of the hurricane is. They like have all these instruments on the plane that like exactly triangulate exactly where the center point is. And by doing it over and over again, they can see how the center point moves. And that is how they produce, when you watch the Weather Channel or whatever, and it says, here's the hurricane, here's where it's going, and here's where it's been. The only reason they have that data is because the hurricane hunters are flying into the hurricane over and over again. It's so cool. And these guys and gals are cool as cucumbers. Like, I was terrified and just like my jaw was on the floor by what I was experiencing. But they're just like, yeah, we go out there, we fly through the hurricane, and then afterwards we go get a beer. They invited me to go to like a bar with them after we landed, and I was like, no, I need to go lie down for 12 hours. We just flew through a hurricane.
That's crazy.
It was crazy. The segment is wild. I can't wait.
That's
for
really
people
fun to
see it.
watch. Just you freaking out on it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I was really freaked out. I mean, there was like obviously the craziest turbulence I've ever experienced. Just like, whoa. The cool part is, after like half an hour of terrible, terrible turbulence, you break through the clouds, the wall of clouds that form the eye. And when you're in the eye, it's completely clear. So at first you're just in gray clouds, you're being shaken around. And then suddenly it's completely calm, and there's sunlight coming down, and you're just looking at, first of all, you can see all the way down to the ocean. We were flying over the ocean out over land. And then there's this enormous just wall of clouds vertically right in front of you. It's gorgeous. And then you fly through the eye back into the clouds, and you're getting shaken around again. And then we did that multiple times, like exit the hurricane, then fly right back in. So this is a hurricane hunter is the job description.
Hurricane hunter.
That's so cool.
It was incredible.
I mean, it literally seems like it would be an anime thing.
Yeah, Hurricane Hunters sounds like the title of an anime. More so than Meet Inspector Z.
I know the Z sounds more appropriate after Hurricane Hunter.
Hurricane Hunter Z.
I mean, they do have anime about like everything. Like
That's true.
Baking and the cells in the human body.
Working on a farm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure that Meet Inspector Z is appropriate
Could
too.
be.
Yeah.
What type of anime do you think Hurricane Hunter is, though? Hurricane Hunter Z.
It's got to be like an action shonen type of thing.
Yeah.
Where like the hurricanes are personified as like kaiju level threats.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's like an Evangelion or Attack on Titan thing where it's like one day, like the hurricanes became more frequent, and they started to like behave with intelligence or something, and then this is a crack squad.
Oh
yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think I'm just going to put him in sort of like a cool, like he's going to be like gripping the wheel of the plane.
Okay, so you might have a problem here, because do you know what's inside a plane? Because you said wheel. And this might be a challenge for you drawing if you don't know what's inside a cockpit.
Yeah, they use one of those Wiimotes. That's the steering wheel, and you put the Wii controller in it. And that's what controls the plane.
This is a futuristic anime plane.
Yeah.
So
I'm imagining
true.
it's like
It's got the
heavily stylized.
It's got the Mario Kart Wiimote extension.
Oh, guys, my AA batteries died. I need different ones.
Oh, you don't have the rechargeable kind?
Did anybody remember to bring the batteries, please? Oh, jeez. Someone call air traffic control. We need new batteries.
I actually just went through all of my old video game controllers, and I just charged all of my rechargeable batteries just in case I want to play Wii later. I don't know why, but they're all charged up and ready to go if anybody wants to play any Wii bowling.
Oh, we've been
gosh.
doing the Wii Switch Sports now.
Is it good?
Oh, I love it.
It's really fun in like the exact same way that Wii Sports was fun, except they also have, you play and get like EXP online, and when you hit like a level, you unlock new cosmetics, which I'm all about.
Yeah.
That's pretty fun. I know we're talking about something different, but let me just say, how stupid is it that Nintendo just like forgot about the most popular thing they ever created for like 15 years?
Yes.
It's pretty crazy.
Remember when we created a cultural phenomenon that like senior citizens were playing? Like literally everyone in the world was playing this, and then we just stopped doing that. What the hell?
They've never made decisions based on any metric that I can discern.
And that's what we love about them. Their weird, nonsensical lumpiness. They don't give you what you want or even what's successful. They give you what they feel like that day. I'm loving The Mask.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, is this like a mech anime now? Like
Yeah.
they're driving a mech through.
Yeah, something like that.
A
Like
hurricane.
a plane that like turns into something else, probably.
Mm-hmm. I mean, this almost looks like it's, I forget the Japanese name for the format, but the Power Rangers type.
Sentai.
Oh, yeah,
Super
Sentai. Yeah. Well, because he's wearing a suit inside of his mech, which is like a little bit Sentai-ish, right?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, and also it's like a team of people, right? Who do the hurricane
Correct.
hunting.
Yeah, there's the pilots, there's the weather officers who are in charge of like charting the hurricane, and then they say, they call up the pilots, all right, a little bit to the left, a little bit to the right, because we're trying to like, they're sort of like in charge of getting a fix on where the center is.
Yeah.
And then the coolest part is they have these things called dropsons, which are these like science tubes, like full of equipment, and you load them into like sort of a mini torpedo chamber, and then like lock them like ka-chunk, and then push a button, and it goes thunk, and it shoots the tube out into the hurricane. The tube like drops down through the storm and picks up temperature and barometric pressure and wind speed, and then relays that back into the plane, and then it like lands in the ocean and it like disintegrates. So it's like you're literally like dropping like this payload. You have to fly into the hurricane to drop a payload into it to like get the precious science data. It's like weirdly similar to Armageddon in a way, where we've got to send a team into the hurricane.
Yeah.
Here's
That's
a question.
So cool.
Yeah.
Here's a perhaps silly question. But since you were with the team while you were doing this, do they even bother to wear seatbelts during all this? Or if they're like, listen, if
God,
something
no.
happens to the plane, we might as well just go flying with it,
Like there's seatbelts for takeoff and landing, but they're like 5-point harnesses. It's like it goes
Right.
over your legs and your arms and stuff like that. And like it's very constricting. It really squished my junk around. But then but that's just like sit in this jump seat and strap yourself in quick for takeoff and landing. For the rest of the time, it's just this big empty cargo plane. Well, it's full of scientific equipment. There's no seats. And so you're
Right.
just like walking around. There's like trip hazards everywhere. There's like cables on the floor. It's like weirdly messy. And yeah, everyone is just sort of like strolling around because I don't know, they're like extremely experienced Air Force pilots and they do it literally 8 hours a day. So they don't really give a shit.
Well, it sounds like OSHA needs to be involved as there's trip hazards. Has anybody informed OSHA?
In the military, they just take their chances, I guess. What is this face?
So I'm thinking it's like since it's a team, right? They've got like the digital like hologram screens
Right.
that pop up. So like, the person who's like the equipment expert, like she pops in and she's like, Mark, the equipment stress level is at 97%. If you push it any harder.
Yeah. Yeah, that's great. The wind shear is tearing off the wings or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
and then
great.
we'll have like another character like here who's like, Mark, you know what you have to do.
See, on the actual plane, they just have a headset. But if it's anime, we got to have hologram faces pop up and people
Of
shout at each
course.
other.
Yeah. How would it be anything else?
Mark's got to get the science tube into the payload zone. You gotta determine the hurricane's weak spot so that they can battle it.
Oh yeah, like once they determine its weak point, then it like transforms into like a battleable creature.
Yeah.
Once they drop the payload in the eye, it's like, roar, it turns into a monster. Also, since this is anime, this person talking on the screen, this is like a 12-year-old, right?
Yeah, well, she's like a 12-year-old prodigy,
Yeah, she's
Yes.
a genius.
science prodigy.
Absolutely. 100% she is.
And Mark's like, you'll understand when you're older, kid. Some things a man's just got to do.
Mark, don't be stupid.
Being stupid is cool. You'll understand later.
You'll understand when you're older.
Okay, kid. Flicks a cigarette at her. Jesus Christ, man. This is
In
you're
his
on a
own
child.
cockpit.
Stop. Takes a swig of whiskey on the rocks.
After he flicks his cigarette, he's realizing that it's like burning a hole in some of his mechanics, so he starts panicking and slapping it, but it hits a whole bunch of buttons. So the whole thing starts freaking out. Mark, what's happening down there? Nothing. It's fine.
Just cool guy stuff.
Just really super cool stuff.
This is great. I feel like we're just going full TV tropes wiki on this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of what you have to do.
For sure. Oh yeah, and here's Science Man.
Mark.
Mark,
Mark.
I need you to get us closer to the center.
I detect your percentage for success at 0.00032%.
I've survived worse.
No, you haven't.
What?
I have your data right here.
No, I'm pretty sure it. Wait, really? Uh-oh.
Never tell me the odds.
Mark, that's my whole job.
Oh, this guy's got some hair coming in.
Yeah, it's got to have the big spiky hair
I
and
love
like, the suit.
the styling on these characters, Jacob.
Yeah.
Really good.
Yeah. I love the two little alert lines coming from the 12-year-old genius. Just like I just hear the Metal Gear sound.
Yes.
Drink, like as
Yeah.
she's Mark. Oh no! It's like she has 2 frames of animation. Her mouth is she's just like, bah, 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 like
Yeah.
just
Bah,
back and
bah, bah,
forth.
bah.
Yeah.
It's like beep 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 beep. This is like this will
Incredible.
be- You'll see in the render. This will be the window.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
Mhm. Oh, I see. And we see the hurricane outside.
Yeah, there'll be
I
like
got
the
it.
wind, the gale force winds going
He
by
really
out
is.
there.
He really is driving this thing like a sports car.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, with one hand on the wheel,
yeah.
one hand doing God knows what.
Trying to find that cigarette he dropped.
Mark, take off your sunglasses. It's midnight. Like it's really late.
They help me see better somehow.
I really want to make this area black over here, but I keep not finding where I've failed to. It's probably right there. Yes.
Looking great. I love that style of sunglasses too. Like, why do they go that high and that far back? Who knows? Your eyes
Wind
aren't back there, but
resistance.
it looks great.
Yeah, it's just to look cool.
Yeah.
Just to make yourself look like a Mega Man character.
I mean, why do we do anything if not to look like a Mega Man character?
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, there it is.
This will be like blowing by outside.
Mark is such a hot shot. He's like, hold on to your butts. We're going in. And they're like, no, the plane can't take it.
I'll tell the plane what it can take.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mark, your butt can't take it. I'll show you what my butt can do. Yeah, this is Mark the Hurricane Chaser and his squad. Or Hurricane, it wasn't Chaser,
Hunter.
what was it? Hunter.
Even cooler.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
even cooler, dang.
Is this also a Z, Hurricane Hunter Z? Are these all Z?
I feel like this is Hurricane X Hunter.
Right.
There you
Yeah,
go.
absolutely Hurricane
Hurricane
X Hunter.
X Hunter.
You're completely right.
Yeah. Really bad SEO for HXH, but you know.
Yeah.
it's-
But they've been on hiatus too long, so
yeah.
they had this coming.
Hiatus X Hunter.
I love it. I love it.
All right, I'm done. Let's get Julia in here.
All right.
Incredible.
All right, Adam. What you got for me?
Okay, Julia, this one is going to be the most challenging because the others were very visual and active, but this one only plays in the realm of numbers, but also the human heart. So
Oh.
Dang.
I met a man. So episode 3, I went on a ride along with the FDIC. That's the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation. All right. This is you might have seen this name at your bank, right?
Yeah.
They say FDIC insured. And so what this does is we used to have bank failures all the time in America. Your bank would not have enough money. There'd be a run on the bank and everyone would lose their money. And so FDR instituted the FDIC. And what the FDIC does is it insures everybody's money up to $250,000 per account. So if your bank fails, the government will give you your money back, right? And by the way, this is all paid for by a tax on the banks. The other thing they do is when the bank fails, in order to make sure that everyone gets their money, the FDIC swoops in and takes over the bank. But they do it as this like coordinated middle of the night sting. Like they are surreptitiously monitoring all the banks. And then when the time comes to strike, this bank's about to fail, they like show up secretly, unannounced, and say, just knock on the door, hello, we're taking your bank over right now. And so I met a man named Tyler Cavanis, who is the man in charge of this, who he's the point person to do this. And here's the thing. This guy is so smooth and so friendly. He's just like, hello, I'm Tyler, here from the FDIC. Can I speak to the bank manager, please? And he walks in and sits down and he says, hello, I'm here. And I went along with him as he did this. He says, hello, I'm here from the bank. I'm here from the FDIC. And could you assemble everybody for a meeting after bank hours close, right about 5 p.m.? Could we all gather together in the common area? And the bank manager is like, oh, okay. I don't know what this is about. All right. Ooh. Everyone is assembled, and he has to talk to like 30 bank employees all at once and tell them, hello, I'm here from the FDIC. Your bank is being taken over by the United States government. We have arranged a new bank to purchase all of the assets and all of that, but we from the FDIC are going to facilitate the transaction. Everything is going to be normal. Everybody is going to keep your jobs. No, the customers aren't going to even know there's a difference. Everyone's bank account is going to keep working and all of that. And his sort of job is to like make sure that everybody emotionally feels okay with it. You know what I mean? To like make sure, because it's like a very frightening moment because their bank is fucking collapsing, right?
Yeah.
But he's sort of swooping in to say, no, we have taken care of everything. It's all been handled and no one needs to worry. But this is what's going down. And so it was like and he like reads from a script. On the show, I had to read from the script and like tell all the worried bank employees what was happening. It was like very emotionally difficult. And it was really cool to see a government employee work with such like emotional intelligence and like help everyone feel okay about the situation, even though it was sort of like an intense thing where it's like, you all fucked up. Your bank's failing. but like you guys lent out too much money. You invested the money poorly. Your bank is literally about to collapse. And instead of that taking everybody down with them, all the deposits disappearing, everybody losing their money, like someone has dropped a drinking glass and the federal government is just like sliding in with a pillow at the last moment to catch it without anybody being aware that they're lying in wait. So that is my description of Tyler Cavanis.
That's really cool. And I think it does hit like a certain anime trope that, Julia, you're already like keying into, I think, of like the sort of like smiling, calm character that everyone is terrified of.
Yeah.
Like, you don't want to like cross the line with this guy, even though he's like always so nice and calm.
Right.
Is that like what you're thinking, Julia?
Absolutely. We'll get some dramatic shading on him.
Yeah, totally. So it's like it feels like really tense, even though he's smiling.
Oh my God. Is he one of those anime characters where his eyes never open? He's just always like
unless he's really intense, they open a little bit.
Yeah, just a bit. And when that happens, you fucked up.
Yeah. You did something wrong.
That's one of my favorite types of anime characters. The smiling guy whose eyes never open but is very scary.
I know exactly what you're talking about. What are some examples of this character? Can you think of any?
I was thinking of what's the dude from Bleach?
Yeah,
his name is Gin Ichimaru.
Oh, that's him. I remember that guy.
Yeah, and he's like always smiling and sort of joking, and then when he gets like serious, it's really scary.
Oh God. You're right. Oh, he has a very non-pronounced nose too. He's like he's just like a happy face.
Yeah, he is kind of like just a happy face. They kind of made him look very like snake-ish.
Yep. He does look like a snake. Yeah, half of these shots are like he's about to he's like about to stop smiling and murder somebody.
Yeah, you feel the tension of it. And I think that's this guy as well.
Yeah. It's another one. Razor from Hunter x Hunter. The dodgeball man.
Oh yeah, forgot about the dodgeball arc.
There's a whole dodgeball arc.
Oh yeah.
And the big boss of the dodgeball is this as well.
Yeah, totally.
Oh yeah, he's always smiling. Oh, I love it.
But he's very scary.
Yeah, because when someone is smiling like this, it means they're completely confident. They have the upper hand. You know, nothing can bother them. They're not worried. They know exactly what's going down and you don't. And they have total control of the situation.
It's the confidence that makes it scary.
You have also nailed something here, Julia, without me even telling you this, which is that one of the coolest things about the FDIC is everyone there was incredibly dressed. And, you know, we were there shooting for television, so obviously, you know, maybe they dressed up a little bit extra, but I really got the sense that, like, they all dressed that way every single day. Like, they were wearing extremely conservative bank clothes, you know, like just dark suits, ties, women in, like, skirt suits, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like sensible heels, but everybody just looked like it was the best possible version of those outfits. Like they all just looked like dressed to a T, like ultra professional. And you got such a sense of like, you know, they just exuded confidence, and it gave you that confidence as well. Like being around them, I was like, oh my God, thank God these people are like watching out for my money in the bank.
Yeah.
It was like ultimate like PBS kings and queens. You know what I mean? just like incredible public servants who are like fucking kicking ass every day and like quietly very happy about what they're doing. And these are all people, by the way, who could make so much more money if they went to work for a bank, you know, because they work for the bank regulator. So they could leave and go work for a bank, but they choose not to. Every single person who's there is like, you know, doing it for the public service, because they get to fuck up the banks. You know, they get to watch over them. It's great stuff.
Oh, it really feels like it would be an anime about like banks, like interpersonal conflict between banks, and then in like season 3 they would reveal that there was a higher power all along, like watching over them. These would be like the main antagonists of season 3. Be like, you thought the banks were all powerful. What if I told you there's something above the banks?
Yes, and it's the FDIC. And this guy just shows up one day, like they're all fighting, and this guy, like, just an elevator is like, bing, bing, bing. And they're like, he's coming. Tyler is coming. And then finally reaches, the doors open, and they're all like, ah! Like they expect it's going to be horrible. And it's just a smiling guy, and he's like, hello.
Yeah. And then it like cuts to credits of episode 1, season 3, episode 1.
They're like, he's a demon, he's coming. And it's like, this guy, he's a demon? Someone there doesn't know like who he is. And they're like, no, don't talk to him.
Yeah, we have to the audience surrogate character that's like, but he seems so nice.
Yeah. No, he can destroy you with a single paragraph.
With a swipe of his pen.
Yeah, I imagine that he has like inside one of his breast pockets, because again, Tyler had this speech that he read to everybody that like laid out what was happening. And so I can really picture this character reaching inside his breast pocket, like pulling out a folded piece of paper and just unfurling it like whoosh.
Yeah.
And, like
there's like sparkles that like come off of it like as he snaps it open.
Incredible. Wow. This is great. We should have done this on the show. We should have talked to you guys beforehand and had you develop and animate all this, because it is amazing. Oh, yeah. Oh, yes, of course.
Pocket square.
Perfectly folded pocket square. Oh, with a pen
in the
too.
pocket.
Yeah. Oh, I'm actually holding right now my FDIC pen that they gave me when I was there.
Ooh, that's a nice pen.
It's a really nice pen. It says FDIC on it. And I just sort of play with it at my desk now when I'm, you know, doing Zoom meetings or things like this, because it makes me feel really powerful to hold it.
Yeah. And if you ever need them, you can contact them through the pen.
Yeah.
If you break the pen, it will send a message.
You ever bring it to the bank and you like just play with it a little bit in front of them?
Yeah, you guys see that right there? Yeah, don't fuck around. They also gave me this sweet paperweight, this FDIC paperweight.
Ooh,
And
yeah.
I keep it on my desk. It makes me feel super official. And I don't need to hold down paper. It just makes me feel solid. I wonder what would happen if I like jammed the pen to the paperweight. Ka-ching! And then it would summon Tyler, perhaps.
Yeah, you're going to activate something.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just shows up at your door. He's like, did you need me? Or
Oh, Julia, who's this behind him?
I think like he comes in with like his squad, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, they're like in the shadows
Yeah.
behind him.
Like the elevator doors have opened, as we said, and it's his team.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, Adam, you told Julia that it was a team of very well-dressed people.
Yeah,
Yes.
you couldn't have given me anything better.
So that's what we're getting.
That's great.
She's pushing her glasses
Oh,
up.
yeah. Yeah. Oh, I love her.
Yeah, this is Julia.
Oh yeah, this is just me.
Julia's joined the team.
I have something to tell you all.
You joined the squad.
I work for the FDIC now. I had to do banking for the team, and it just set me off. It was my true calling in life.
Wow.
Incredible. Oh, wow. I love it so much already. Oh, just peeking out from behind him with the fingers on the glasses.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is like after he reads his little speech, he directs the rest of his squad. He's like, Julia, examine the bank records. He's very, very friendly, but Julia's even more frightening.
Yeah, Julia silently disappears and
cycles
appears
through
in front
all
of
the
it.
paper.
I'm emotionless.
Yeah.
I'm all business, which makes people so scared of me.
Sits down in front of the bank computer terminal. She's in our system already.
Hacker fingers.
Yeah, just the glint on the sunglasses as she hacks into their bank records. Shishing.
They're like, oh yeah, we'll give you the computer password. Oh, that won't be necessary.
I already have it.
Amazing. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at the cut on that jacket. Oh yeah.
Yeah, this would be like Julia's dream job, is wearing a really nice suit and being intimidating.
Yes. It's like a bodyguard without the strength needed.
It was unbelievable how I thought that these people would be the nerdiest people I ever met. It was unbelievable how cool they were. Like, truly. You have to see the segment. Episode 3, The G Word, out now on Netflix.
I'm genuinely excited to watch the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I watched the promo that you posted already at the time of recording this, and I'm excited to give it a watch.
Yeah, I was immediately
Thank you.
in. I was like,
Yes.
I'm going to watch this thing.
Yes. Good trailer. Netflix's trailer team did an amazing job editing it.
Because here's the thing, I like learning about stuff, but I need to be entertained.
Yes.
I can't just I can't just learn. So I appreciate that you went out of your way to make a show that's informative and entertaining both.
This is what we do. This is literally what I do. People don't have time to watch fucking 60 Minutes. You're tired. You just put the kids down. It's 11:30. You're like, let's watch something right before we go to bed. I want half an hour to enjoy myself,
Yeah.
And you gotta give them entertainment, or they're not gonna. That's what you gotta do. It's not hard. Come on, we can make.
Come on.
How hard
We can
could
make
it be to
learning fun.
entertain people?
Yeah. Put a little effort in. That's what I want. That's what I want us to do in media. Put a little effort into making it entertaining. Just write a fucking joke. 60 Minutes. Come on.
60 minutes.
Come on, 60 Minutes.
Make me laugh. 60
Can you
minutes.
imagine those anchors trying to pull off a joke with any sort of pacing or candor?
It'd be really funny, actually.
That's what Andy Rooney was. It Andy Rooney or Mickey Rooney? Some guy named Rooney who used to be the old guy who used to do the ranty segments at the end. Wasn't it a Rooney?
Mara Rooney from The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo.
Rooney, yeah, Mara Kama
Rooney.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. This guy is great too. Oh my God, he's facing away.
But he's like looking back.
Yeah, he's making sure no one gets the jump on him.
Yeah. This guy, he's on his phone. And you're like,
Oh my God.
who's he on the phone with?
So casual. Just doesn't even care that he's being rude.
Adam, when I watched the trailer for your show on YouTube, I, of course, immediately went down into the comments to see what people were saying.
Oh, God.
And
What were they
I
saying?
love the dichotomy of comments that you get. It's always one of two things. One is finally more Adam. This dude tells it how it is. He's telling the truth. He's unbiased. The other is, this dude's the biggest liar, biased piece of shit of all time. And I'm like, oh my God, the spread is always one of those two things.
I know. I mean, it's just people see one piece that they didn't like 5 years ago, and they're like, he's full of lies.
Yeah, he's manipulating us.
What are you gonna do? People form their opinions. You can't individually argue with, because if I talk to any single one of those people, I'd be like, what do you think we were saying in the segment you're mad about? And then they would say, here's blah, 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 blah. And I'd say, well, actually, we didn't say that. We said this instead. And here's our sources. And they would eventually go, okay, all right. You're a good guy. I do that occasionally with people on social media when they're really mad, but like, you can't, it's like fighting the ocean. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's nothing to be done about it. It's just like, it's such a like microcosm of the internet.
Here's the
Yeah.
funniest thing. And I don't often talk about this, but the thing that I find funniest is if you go on Reddit, especially, people on Reddit hate me. And the reason they hate me is they always say, oh, this guy is like, what if Reddit were a man? Like, this guy is like a Redditor. And I'm like, you should like me then.
Yeah.
But the whole thing is everyone's personality on Reddit is all the comments on Reddit are, I'm smarter than the original post, right? Like,
Right.
oh, well, the original post said this, but you know what is actually true? Not blah, blah, blah. And so as a result, they hate me because Reddit is a forum full of people who are correcting other people and thinking they're very smart.
Right.
Yeah, totally.
And the other thing is people don't seem to realize, they say, oh, this guy is so smug and annoying on Adam Ruins Everything. And I'm like, yeah, I was playing a character. Like,
Right.
that was the joke.
It's called Adam Ruins Everything. Like,
That's
Yeah.
the name.
you understand what, like, how it comes across, and that you're
Yeah.
playing into that.
Yeah. And all the other characters
Can't
are
believe
constantly
they
going.
got such a know-it-all for this show. Oh,
Gotta know it all.
Yeah. And all the other characters are constantly going, oh my God, Adam, you're so annoying. You're such a know-it-all. We hate you. And I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. Because that's the fucking joke of the whole series. It's like The Office. But I don't like watching The Office. That guy, Michael Scott, sure is makes a lot of uncomfortable jokes.
they'd really get a lot more done if they had a different manager on The Office. I hate how they don't spend nearly enough time doing sales calls.
This isn't like my office at all.
On this show, partly for this reason, on this new show, I do not play a character version of myself. It is just me as Adam Conover, the human being, saying, hey, we're making this show about investigating the government, and you know, here's what I'm curious about, and here's what we found. So hopefully people won't look at it and go, what an annoying nerd. I mean, I am still an annoying nerd, but I'm not like self-consciously trying to be one on television.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're just your regular baseline level
Yeah.
annoying nerd.
So I guess
not
if people
heightened.
have the mean comments will cut a lot more now because it is now
Yeah.
just me. I'm now no longer playing a character.
Yeah, it's
Uh-oh.
personal.
Oh my God, this guy on the right is awesome.
Yeah, Julia, this turned out great.
Oh
This is
wow.
so cool.
I think this
Yeah.
is it. I think this is when they roll up
Yep.
in the first scene.
Yep. This guy's like, this guy on the right is given an instruction by Tyler, you know, go over there and do that. Like, go check out the safe or whatever. And but he has to finish up his phone call first. He's like, yeah, all right. Boop. And then he goes off and does it. The casualness making him even more frightening.
Yeah.
Okay, love you too, Mom.
Yes, I do. I do want the salt and vinegar chips. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'll see you tonight.
The last detail I have to add is I love Tyler's badge down there. And I just got to say, that's 100% on one of those retractable lanyard
Yeah.
things.
Oh,
so he pulls it out and he goes like, wah! And he like holds it out like right up to the
Yes.
person's face and then releases it and it goes vzhup, and snaps back to his jacket like really perfectly.
The photograph on the badge is identical to the face he's making.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Totally.
Yes, absolutely.
This is amazing. I'm still in touch with some of the people we profiled on the show, so I'm gonna send this to them when they're done to see if they like their anime depictions, if that's
God,
okay
I
with
hope-
you. Their
okay.
anime
I hope
selves.
they do.
Yeah, if they do, let us know, and if they don't, please do not.
do not
let
mention
us
it.
know.
Don't. We can't. We're not strong enough.
Well, thank you so much for having me, guys. This was so much fun.
Yeah,
Oh, this
thanks
is great.
for coming.
The show is called The G Word. It's out on Netflix now. Go check it out. 6 episodes. Please watch and enjoy.
Do it. You have
Hell
to.
yeah.
You have to.
If you watched this, you have to go watch that.
Sorry, that's the rule.
That's the rule. Or else we'll send Tyler.
It was so much fun being here. I love Drawfee so much. Thank you guys for having me.
Oh, anytime, Adam.
Thanks for coming on. And if you enjoyed having Adam on the show, if you enjoyed this episode, give us a like, give us a subscribe. Go over to our Patreon, or else Tyler will come to your house and make you go to our Patreon because he knows where your money should be going.
Yeah.
We've also got a merch store. We got links for everything in the description. We stream on Twitch Monday nights. And we're sorry.
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 I'm sorry too.